Now we have moved to the coding part. Now we are taking we're giving an example of absolute attribute. For using absolute attribute, I'm giving an example. I'm taking an example. I'm making a class. Actually, I'm using an example of function overloading. In this example, I'm going to add 2 numbers and 3 numbers as well. Okay, so first I'm making a function to add 2 numbers, values of 2 numbers. So I'm just making a class named calculator, and after that public static. I'm using static for keyword for a function, int add, and first number, int first number, taking it as an attribute parameter, int second number. Okay, now body, I'm returning, adding those values using return statement, first number and second number. So, and now I'm using, as this is a static keyword, I've used a static keyword, so I'm accessing the function directly with the class name, that is add, and passing 2 parameters, 10 and 20. So this function add, exactly this function add 2 values, first number and second number. So it is a limited function. We can add only, we have limitation that we can add only 2 numbers. What say if yes, this function add 2 values. What if a user want to add third value? So I'm adding a third value to it. Okay. Then I'll add a 3 parameterized function. Okay. And also add a third number here. Now it will return 3 numbers. I've called the function with the same process, and also added a third parameter, that is 39. So first function will add 2 values, and second will add 3 values. What will happen if a user want to add 5 values? We can make one more, you can say we can make one more function with 5 parameterized values. What if a user want to add 20 values? For that we cannot do the same process again and again. So we can update a function with some other thing. So I'm updating this function. I'm using list. For using list, I have to add a namespace using system.collection.generics. It will comes in generic class. List will come in generic class. So I'm adding list of integer type named numbers. Obviously, to access this I have to use a loop because I don't know the number of values. I'm deleting the old function. I have to delete the old one. I've deleted the old one. I'm using a for each loop for this, and int numbers in numbers, and for this let's say I'll use a variable named sum, and sum is equals to 0, and to hold this value I'm using sum equals to sum plus number. Now I'll do the same. I'll return the value, that is return sum. So this function, when I use this function, automatically add n number of values, from 1 to n number of values. We can use this function. We can use this function. We can add automatically. It will giving the error. Old function is giving the error. I have to delete that function. This function will add 2 values, and this will add n number of values, from 1 to n number of values. So the problem was that the old user are using the add function, the old add function. They didn't know how that the new function or something got updated. We have to notify them that there is another function named add which have list. We have used a list, we have updated the function, and we are using a new thing. I've deleted the old thing. So to notify this, we will use absolute attribute. First of all, if I delete the old one, let's take, if I delete the old one, old user not able to access the new function because they even didn't know that there is something new in the phone. So I have copied the old function. So this is not the way that we have deleted the old thing, because old user are using the old function. We have to notify them that please use the new one, that the function you are using is outdated, now please use the. So we have to create some warning or some message like that. So for this, for doing all these things, we will use an attribute. What we have learned theoretically, we have learned the attribute named is, obviously we use absolute attribute. The name itself suggests. First of all, I'm building this function program. When I build, okay, I rebuild it again. Now you have seen the 1 success, 0 failed, 0 skip. So right now it is nothing giving any error. It was giving any error. It is not giving any error. So any error or any warning, but I have to state that state this to user. I have to give some warning to the user that they have to use this new function which have with list classes. They don't have to use that old function because the function is outdated and limited function and have a limited functionality. So what we can do, for this we can decorate the function. To decorate, we can use square bracket and just write absolute attribute to it. So I have applied absolute value to this function. Automatically when I upload this function, it use absolute function, it will state it a warning, a green color warning, green line warning. That warning was calculator add int is absolute. This will happen because of this absolute